The president just met with the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, President Trump, saying in the pool spray, which we'll see some tape of here momentarily, so we will see these comments, the president saying that he's interviewed and met with 4 potential Supreme Court justices already. Said they're excellent in many ways. He said he's going to meet with 2 or 3 more potential candidates for the Supreme Court, and he'll make a decision over the next few days. Now, that's a very fast timeline for a Supreme Court nomination, but the president has had this list of 25 that he says he's going to pick from for a long time. So presumably a lot of the legwork has already been done. This coming on a day in which the White House announced its internal staffing for the Supreme Court nomination battle, assigning 3 officials here internally to lead that effort and to sort of leave their day jobs here and focus full-time on the Supreme Court effort. Meanwhile, I can confirm to you that Stephen Harper, the former Prime Minister of Canada, has been in the building here at the White House today on a day in which the Canadians are imposing tariffs in the United States. Harper met with Larry Kudlow, at least, and possibly others while he was here. No word on what they discussed, but a possible back channel there on trade between the former Prime Minister of Canada and Larry Kudlow, the National Economic Council Director here at the White House, guys.
And Eamon, there's reports on the tape as well that he's going to talk a little bit about the WTO and maybe or maybe not clarify what his position is based on all these reports that have been coming out that he's trying to write legislation that would remove the U.S. from the WTO.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the reports that we saw over the weekend, that they've actually got draft legislation here at the White House that would do effectively that. The White House not denying those reports over the weekend. The president here, according to reporters in the room, just saying that the WTO has treated the U.S. very badly. And that's what you hear from a lot of White House officials when you ask them about this WTO story. Is the president going to withdraw from the WTO? Does he want to withdraw from the WTO? They never say that no, he doesn't want to withdraw from the WTO. In fact, privately, I've heard aides say that they've heard the president say as many as 10 times privately that he does want to withdraw from the WTO. That's a legislative
Eamon, we're going to
challenge.
interrupt you so we can listen to the president.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
That's a big group.
Big group. Academy Awards. Bigger. Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor to have the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. That's the official title. That
Absolutely.
Sounds very elegant and beautiful, but it's a great honor to have you. We've worked together and have a very, very close relationship. I think the relationship with the Netherlands has never been better than it is now. We'll be meeting over the next 2 weeks again at NATO, and we'll be discussing that today also. And we are discussing trade and the EU and lots of other things. Tremendous numbers are coming out on the United States and our government. Our economy is very good. It's probably the best it's ever been. And we are very close to making some very good trade deals, fair trade deals. I didn't want to say good, I want to say fair. Fair trade deals for our taxpayers and for our workers and our farmers. And a lot of good things are happening. I think the EU, we're going to be meeting with them fairly soon. They want to see if they can work something out. And that'll be good. And if we do work it out, that'll be positive. And if we don't, it'll be positive also, because
No.
we'll just think about those cars that pour in here and we'll do something, right?
We have to work
But
something.
it'll be positive. But again, Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much for being here.
It's good to be here. And can I add to this that the relationship between the Netherlands and the United States is over 400 years old.
Yeah.
We are allies. We have always been friends, always been friendly, working closely together. And our talks today will no doubt concentrate on jobs and on security, because the President and I, we are both convinced that as leaders, our prime task is essentially to make sure that our countries are safe and stable, and that we have an economy which is providing the jobs and the future growth for our people. And there are so many opportunities between the United States and the Netherlands to do more, both in the area of security as well as in the area of having more jobs and having more trade and more investments. Already almost 1 million people, 825,000 in a job in the US because of Dutch investments, and 250,000 people in a job because of US investments in the Netherlands. And our aim will be to increase those numbers, to be more successful. So I'm really looking forward to our discussions.
That's a great honor. And I will say that I just spoke with the President-elect of Mexico. We had a great conversation, about a half an hour long. We talked about border security, we talked about trade, we talked about NAFTA, we talked about a separate deal, just Mexico and the United States. We had a lot of good conversation. I think the relationship would be a very good one. We'll see what happens, but I really do believe it's going to be a very good one. He had a very excellent election, did, I would say, even better than anticipated. I told him a number of years ago when I saw him campaigning for a different race, frankly, a different year, a different race, I said someday he's going to be the president of Mexico. So he remembered that, and it turned out to be correct. We had a great talk. In the morning, during the morning, I interviewed and met with 4 potential justices of our great Supreme Court. They are outstanding people. They are really incredible people in so many different ways, academically and every other way. And I had a very, very interesting morning. So between the president of Mexico and also the I guess you would call him the president-elect, but I think I think he's going to try and do very hard. I think he's going to try and help us with border. We have unbelievably bad border laws, immigration laws, the weakest in the world, laughed at by everybody in the world. And Mexico has very strong immigration laws, so they can help us until we straighten out our immigration laws, which have been bad for many, many years, decades, and we're going to have them taken care of. But very interesting, though, was my 4 meetings. I'll be meeting with 2 or 3 more, and we'll make a decision on the United States Supreme Court, the new justice. That'll be made over the next few days, and we'll be announcing it on Monday, and I look forward to that. I think the person that is chosen will be outstanding. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Over the next, I'll be announcing that on Monday.
Mr. President,
Monday.
quit the WTO.
WTO's treated the United States very badly, and I hope they change their ways. They have been treating us very badly for many, many years, and that's why we were at a big disadvantage with the WTO. And we're not planning anything now, but if they don't treat us properly, we will be doing something. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.